The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys!
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin with the Boys, presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holley, and Shannon Gross.
Welcome to the show. You're looking live at Tostitos Championship Plaza outside Ford Center at the Star in Frisco, Texas, where it's starting to cool off a little bit.
A little bit.
92 degrees and fair. The high today is 95. The low tonight is 77.
That is Shannon. He is Nate. This is my boy, Kurt Daniels in the back. We got our boy Chris Bean back in here. I am Salt and Pepper Poppy with food in my mouth.
I was going to say. Get it together, Jess.
I got to eat before I get to the trailer park. I got to get the energy up. Together we make Hanging with the Boy, the sport talk equivalent of Braille. People feel us when we speak.
Brought to you each and every day, the show in its entirety by Wingstop, where flavor gets its
wings. Cook. Sorry, baby. It's all about the lamb.
It's all about the lamb. Some big things happened at the Star yesterday. One, CD was in here signing that contract upstairs. He got to talk to Nick Eatman right after he got it done.
He was doing everything. He was so happy. He was talking to everybody.
He was speechless. He couldn't even answer. He couldn't even answer
Nick.
Nick.
Speechless going back to my days.
Yeah.
When I signed 3 years, 1.5 mil.
Boy, how times have changed, huh? How times have changed. You guys had a little show yesterday in the Star in the studio.
Don't put little on nothing we do.
I liked it. I watched it last night.
Don't minimize our show by putting little on. We had a big show.
I watched
We
it
had
on
a
YouTube
great show. We had a fantastic show. Phenomenal show. Funny show. Informative show.
Okay. All right.
And it even included CD Lamb.
Yeah. And then we also got a final roster. We knew kind of what it was going to be. Couple of surprises on that I thought were a couple of surprises. Let's get into that. But first off, how are you guys doing? You guys good?
Good. Today's Wednesday. How's your mentals and dentals? Everybody's good. Mentals and dentals?
Yes, sir.
Good.
Yep.
All right.
Doing good.
You got that field in the back yet?
I still got a little bit of work to do, but for the most part, I'm good.
My insurance take hold September 1st, so I'm gonna work around it.
There you go.
Shout out to those
Just
people
know,
that gave me.
just know that the health and the dental is opposite.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I didn't know that till I started going to the dentist.
Yeah.
Yes. And
Boy, he got to get up on. He got to do his thing.
And I think you printed this off this morning.
This morning.
It's probably already changed, hadn't it?
Who is that right there on Jalen Tolbert?
Huh?
He got to get off the pot. That's right.
Before we
did it twice.
Before we get into it, practice again tonight at the Star. Is that right?
Yeah.
Is it open to the public?
Open to the public?
Yes.
I think it's
Chris?
I believe it's the kickoff.
It
show.
is. It's the kickoff event tonight, and
This
it's
is the
open
big
to the
show,
public
right?
for practice.
There you go. What do we know? What time is it? 5:30? 4:30?
I will.
We'll look
I think
that
it's
up.
6. I'll look it up.
We'll look it up. And big word coming out of the I guess the running back room is Dalvin Cook supposedly or reportedly signing here.
He is.
Yes.
He is signing here.
How do we feel
On the
about
practice
that?
squad.
Is that Zeke 2.0 for
It
this
is.
team?
Yep.
It just adding more depth and more I guess veteran leadership in the locker room. Is that overblown?
No, leadership is not overblown. There's always any guy he had 4 straight Pro Bowls in a row. Mm-hmm. So there is some knowledge that he has gained over his time in the league that can help someone out. And it's reported that he's going to be a practice squad signee. Of course, you know that the new rule says that you have a practice squad guy. You got 3 elevations where you can bring him up and down to the active roster and back down to the practice squad without having to release him and all that kind of good stuff. And from all reports, it's more so of let's kick the tires, let's bring him in, let's see what he looks like during practice. And if we see value in it, then potentially maybe bringing him up. And if we don't see value in it, then all it costs us is a practice squad roster spot, and we can move around with it. But I mean,
We don't know what they have at running back still. I mean, why not kick the tires? Because How's Zeke going to hold up?
My
Can Rico do it?
question is, if you're going to do this, the man's been on the market since we started talking about this. Why not go get him and see him in some live fire during training camp when you got the bodies, you got the spots?
Because he wasn't going to play.
Yeah, I don't think he wanted to go through
He wasn't
training
going
camp.
to play. He was not going to play.
I scratch my
Some
head.
veterans don't like training camp.
Yeah. I would bet most
Like,
don't.
Well, then you should have. But I've also known that you have kind of that handshake with the veteran. Like, listen, I'm gonna take care of you. You take care of us. You're gonna be out there at practice, but you ain't gotta worry about practicing. You know what I mean? Like, kind of. I was like they kind of done Zeke this year in training camp. You didn't see much of Zeke running the football and hearing a lot about Zeke running the football. He got his carries here and there. He did some work here and there, but he was in the fold. He was around the locker room. He was hearing the verbiage of Mike McCarthy and Schottenheimer and how they wanted to see it and all those little things that, you know, the timing of it all, the running scheme, just seeing all that kind of stuff, being around it does something to the mental part of what you need to be as a football player. And then when it's time for you to go, we get you some reps in there, get you out, go stand on the sideline, drink Gatorade, and coach the young guys up.
Tell you this right here. All we need to know from him, if he can't fly no more, we don't need him.
Well, that's not. He can't.
He probably got some few sprints left in him. That's what they want to see. Can he fly? Because we got everything else.
What did he say, Kurt? He's in the
best
shape of my life.
Yeah, he's feeling better than ever.
That is the training camp lie.
Me too.
I'm the best shape of my life.
Me too.
I'm feeling the best I have
Till I
in my
go do
life.
something, it takes me an extra 3 days to recover.
Like, no, you haven't, brother. Like, there was a time when you were 19.
Yeah.
There was a time when you were about 22. Where you could go and do what you got to do. No, don't tell me you the best shape of my life. Then what the hell have you been doing the last couple of years in the National Football League? This ain't the best shape of your life. You feeling good today until the pads and games and stuff start happening.
Any surprises on the cuts or the depth chart? Anything catch you off guard?
Big. The only one that I wondered if they would keep like an Eric Scott just because they traded up to get. He hadn't done anything.
Right.
I mean, but the fact that they gave up a trade for him and all that.
And they were really high on him last year, right? In training camp.
You know, but I thought that might buy him a little leeway, but.
Yeah, the guy that was high on him, though, is residing in D.C.
That's true. And the Chiefs just picked up Scott off waivers, so he's gone.
Why didn't we put 79 out there to see if anybody would pick him up?
Well, let's go. You don't like let's go? Is that who you're talking about?
Yeah. Why we just.
You know, Nate, I think.
Rather they kept Ball?
I think you hit on something that you said in the pre-show, and it's not, closed door business, but it just shows you the state of offensive linemen and the rarity of them and the scarcity of talent at the offensive line position. You've seen a jump in, the pass rushers and defensive linemen. You remember we got Aaron Donald 10 years ago, and that kind of changed what defensive tackles look like. And now defensive ends look like Micah or Myles Garrett, however you want to. But you see those positions elevate their game, but you kind of don't see the offensive line as a whole. And maybe, I get it, folks ain't pushing out 6'7", 325-pound dudes, 6'5", 6'6", 325-pound dudes every single day. So the number of good offensive linemen that are out there on the street or can play this game at a high level, it just ain't many of them right now.
Yeah, they out there. They just mama's boys and babies and big crybabies and whiners and don't work hard.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is Nathaniel Nate Newton. His thoughts and views are not, his thoughts and views are not of the others of this show.
I see you with your fat kid walking out there eating a donut, look like a rookie police officer.
Keep going, Nate.
All you got to do is put a hat on his head and he's a dunce in another class.
He's offended
he's a big old jokester. I see it. And then y'all let these coaches fool y'all that your kid is something.
Yeah.
And your kid ain't nothing.
Yeah, nothing. You ain't nothing.
Bro, a little bit of work, a little bit of getting up, not putting a pacifier that turns into a hot dog, that turns into a foot long. That's what it does. That's what they're doing to these kids.
Wait a minute. You were elite at your position.
But he liked hot dogs.
I was gonna say, but didn't you eat a lot too? I mean, is that?
Oh yeah,
that go hand
I
in
got
hand?
up to 411 pounds during the off season.
You can be
411
good and,
pounds.
and still eat the hot dogs. right?
No. You can be great and eat the hot dogs. Larry Allen was 320 pounds, 40 pounds, and he was one of the best to ever play the game. But the difference was
2 chickens,
you had to
a pound
work.
of fries, 2 40 ounces, and
It's Hall of Fame speech.
yeah, only had 2 whole chickens.
Man, you
a
go
load
out
of
there and you
fries.
see these kids, and you walk up to and you say, "Hey, you need to work on the feet of your kid." You know, feet is every sport that dictates that you move. Feet is the key to all of this.
And just so you know, this is a show that we do appreciate pretty feet. So the feet
Yeah.
that he's talking about, yes, we absolutely think so. But also those out there who have pretty feet, we as a whole, my boy too. No, I'm leaving that. All right, my boy.
Foot talk
We
on the
are-
show in
yeah,
a
we
long
are-
time.
We appreciate. We
Have we ever had
appreciate.
foot talk?
I
on
think
we
this?
so.
appreciate.
we
like I
had
said,
a coach
feet.
that was big into
Yeah.
feet.
Yeah, you got a player. I like him
yeah.
too.
No,
Yeah,
the
and
coach-
so-
yeah.
And so
That is
it
Jesse
just
Holly,
bothers
right?
That
me.
is Jesse Holly. My thoughts and views
Send
are
your
not
emails
reflected. Send all the pretty feet emails to Jesse Holly at
You can tweet your feet pics.
tweet your
to
feet
Jesse-
pics
At Mr. Fourth and Long.
at Mr. Fourth and Long.
Tweet your hot dog pics at Nate Newton and all your hate.
I'm telling you, Kyle Yeomans let me hold his baby boy. What his name? I think his name was
Deuce.
Michael.
Oh, sorry.
No, you ain't gonna do this. It was so funny. It was so funny. I wanted to scream, but I threw the baby out. And I was checking his feet out. They were like, "What did you look at there?" I'm checking at his feet.
Dude,
He
hey,
had good
so
feet.
I was watching. Me and my son were hanging out, and he's watching his pad, and I was like, I'm gonna put this on in the background and put it on, the TV.
Yeah.
And we're sitting there, and I'm watching y'all. I'm like, okay, I want to see the setup, how y'all were vibing and everything. And about 35, 40 minutes in, me and Gray are talking, and I turn around, I look up, and Nate's got a baby.
Yeah.
In the middle of all y'all, I'm like, okay, wait, Kyle's got 3 babies.
Yeah.
Right.
Bill Jones doesn't have a baby.
Right.
Where did this baby come from? So that was Kyle's baby?
Kyle's
No,
baby.
Deuce came on the set and joined us. Deuce.
And I was checking his feet. I'm like, "Oh, this baby got pretty good feet. Keep him right here."
That's literally what he said too. That's what he said.
I mean, that don't bother you. You see offensive linemen.
I think it bothers me knowing how important to the game of football, especially at the professional level, when you know everything is predicated off the defensive line and the offensive line. It's where it all starts. That somehow that position has gotten lost in
Yes.
translation up to the pro level over the last 10 years maybe?
10 to
it's
15
just not
years,
it's
yeah.
almost like it's not important anymore. And it's one of the most important parts of the game. And what's caused that at the college level?
Because
or high school level?
with everybody with the quick offenses, nothing develops, especially in high school. They popping that ball out. So guys don't have to set deep.
No technique,
Guys
it's
don't have
just-
to switch games and stuff like that. It happens quick. You go to high school games, which you was a part of it as a
Yes.
athlete. These things, you look for that innovative guy that can get, the coach that can, and that's about it. That's about it.
So
The
why
big offensive linemen, they're over there. They rally doing footwork. Everything is grab. I mean, I noticed it at Southlake when my son played. Everything is grab, maul. So if you're a big guy, you still got some value. But if you can maul a guy, refs ain't calling nothing. The ball gone. Refs ain't calling nothing. So
Why haven't we seen that evolve into the NFL? Because it's in the high school and college, that's all they play. Why haven't we seen that?
because athletes are better. The athletes are much, much better.
And there's still, because he said it, he talked about coaching, right? That
Yeah.
level of coaching hadn't quite got to the league. You still got the Mike McCarthy's are still running around here. You know what I mean? That they still carrying a fullback. You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? Like there are still some that come from
49ers.
that they'll still. I mean, and he got his daddy in him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like there's still some things that the purist.
Yeah.
If I can use that, you're a baseball guy, right? A lot of baseball pure, but the purest of the coaching, just they still roam the sidelines. Now there are some things that are changing. You have your Mike McDaniels, you have your Kyles, and you have your McVays and all that kind of stuff. But they understand that if any of this is going to work, any of this, whatever it's the jet motions, it's the passing, if any of this is going to be successful, gotta have the guys up front to block for me.
Yeah.
And it's just that's one of the positions that I think. Yeah, it got to do with just numbers, just sheer numbers. It's just you just like if we walked up and down one Cowboy way, you just you'll bump into a receiver or like a sized person, a receiver sized person, or average guys now 5'10", 5'9". Sorry,
It's okay.
All right.
I'm okay being average height.
whoa, you sure? All right, we're not gonna get into that today.
It depends on if it's 5'9" or 5'10".
Yeah, okay.
5'9", I'm there. 5'10".
But you just don't have that many type of physical specimens that are roaming around the streets where you can just load them up and you have a plethora to choose from. And now you need them more than ever. You need right tackle to be really athletic and left tackle to be athletic. And now you need your guards to be athletic because the nose tackles are different than what it was. The centers need to be different. So the arrangement of what you need just hadn't come into the number. The numbers just don't bode well for those people being available. That's why you got to keep all the ones that you like. All the ones that the really, really, really good ones. That's why Trent Williams can go and say, "Oh, I ain't coming till y'all pay me some more money," because he know in his heart of hearts, it will wreck what they want to do. That offense is a timing offense. Brock Purdy timing offense. If that left tackle is a turnstile, bye.
Yeah.
So he know.
And Trent is the tone setter. When you watch them without Trent, their offensive line is average. With Trent, they are great. I mean, he turns on the whole team, and that is a Larry Allen type guy. That is a Eric Witt. When me and Heckman Harrison had it, man. The 49ers offensive line, they are so average. They are so average. I said, yeah, without the big boy, they are. I say when he comes, the bully effect takes effect. And they play different for him, bro. And so 49ers don't sign him. I challenge you not to sign him.
Is Martin that guy for us?
Yep.
Yeah, Zach Martin?
He's a stable. He's a stabilizer. He is the calming in the stormy weather.
Who's his backup? Because on the depth chart, there's no backup.
Yeah, you know what? Like they said, we don't. You get to the backup, you screwed.
They might move Beebe over and put Hoffman in. I don't know.
That's the only position besides your fullback and your kicker or long snapper, special teams guys.
TJ Bass is his backup.
That don't have a backup.
Yeah,
TJ Bass is his backup. I just want to know, what did they see in the second Rams practice that they put Cooper Beebe ahead of Brock Hoffman? Is it just the physical strength? Is it the physicalness of when he blocks? Because they were kind of neck and neck with Hoffman kind of leading, but that kid was still having a little bit of snap problem. But all of a sudden, they put him in and his snap problems went away. Now, we ain't played the real deal yet, but it went away. So I need to ask Coach, what did y'all see that just finally say, you know what, we're going to live with this rookie,
All right, let's take our first break. When we come back, let's look at some more
This dude say 5'9", knowing he 5'7".
roster spots. Bring a measuring tape in here. Bring it in here. Let's just settle this.
Maybe not, but
Right now.
good.
Right now, 5. I'm
With
actually
your hair
curious.
up, yes.
I'm actually curious with my shoes off.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's got to be with shoes off, right?
yeah.
Chris, you got a
Accurate,
tape recorder back there? A tape
Yeah, bring
measurer?
it in.
Oh, yes.
Let's go.
Yes.
When we come back, I'll hang out with the boys.
How's Wingstop sound? Crispy, juicy, classic wings. Made to order, cooked to perfection. And sauced and tossed in those 11 soul-satisfying flavors. Paired with hand-cut seasoned fries, house-made honey mustard, blue cheese, or signature Wingstop ranch. And, of course, spicy Cajun fried corn. I think you've heard enough. Get your flavor delivered at wingstop.com.
Are you the 2024 Dallas Cowboys Fan of the Year? The Dallas Cowboys and Captain Morgan are celebrating extraordinary, inspiring, and original fans. Nominate yourself or the biggest Cowboys fan you know for a chance to be named the 2024 Fan of the Year and win prizes, including a trip to Super Bowl 59. Visit DallasCowboys.com/Fan of the Year. Go Cowboys!
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
And they snap it to Prescott, who looks right. It's not there. He escapes left. He'll run for a first down.
Just like football, when it comes to crypto, it's important to have a team you can trust. With blockchain.com, I know I'm in good hands. Since 2011, they've been trusted by millions around the world to buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrency.
Prescott's going to run this himself. Run it up the middle, and he scores.
Whether you're new to crypto or an active trader, they've got you covered. What are you waiting for? Get started at blockchain.com.
Fall is here, and that means football is back, bringing all the delicious game day foods with it. As you prep for all the big games, tailgates, and watch parties, let Yo Quiero be your one-stop destination for all things home gating. Yo Quiero's fresh, flavorful, ready-to-serve guacamole made with real Hass avocados will score taste bud touchdowns as you cheer on the Cowboys. Yo Quiero's wide range of mouthwatering and versatile products can be found in your local grocery store's produce or deli section. Grab some today.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Go Shannon.
Welcome back to the second segment of Hanging with the Boys, brought to you each and every day by blockchain.com. We just found out some, thank you, blockchain.com. We just found out some very disheartening information. Guess I'm going to blame it on age.
Whatever.
That's what I do.
I'm blame it on old age. I'm half an inch shorter than I thought I had been my whole life. I'm 5'8.5". Not 5'9".
And they didn't even press your hair down. So.
Man.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, I did.
Kurt,
You did?
Oh,
man,
boy.
that's disappointing. I'm going to leave now. I'm going to go home. I'm upset. I'm below average in height.
Don't worry about it.
Good.
You can stand on your wallet, brother.
That's all right. That's fine.
Tell the ladies you can stand on your wallet.
I'll get over it.
I don't think that was a very accurate reading over there.
Probably not.
No?
But I don't want to go any further. I'll find out I'm 5'6" by the time I get out of here.
Well, guys, on a positive note, this segment is brought to you by Jigsaw, the proud dating partner of the Dallas
Yes.
Cowboys.
That's not. I already said the second segment was brought to you by blockchain.com and already said it, sir.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, though.
On your Jigsaw profile, are you going to put 5'10"?
I'm still waiting.
Are you
Oh,
gonna-
I'm 6 foot on
Oh,
that.
my
Yeah,
God.
I'm going to catfish the hell out of somebody. You watch. You watch. Oh,
Man.
thanks for
That
keeping us on
gave
top
me a
of
laugh,
this.
boy.
Oh,
God.
man.
Sorry, man.
That's okay. It's all
Sorry.
right. How do we feel about I don't even know. What do y'all want to talk about? I don't even care.
You're just gone. You're done for the day.
I'm out. Checking out.
Oh, Kurt, what you
Sorry.
got, man?
Sorry. Well, okay. This is a question that has come up from fans, emails we get, and I wanted to run it by you. But why it was this whole tight end fullback thing?
At least I was half. At least I wasn't like 5'8" flat.
You got it, man. You got it.
Put my shoes back on. I'll be 5'9" again.
Oh, that was a good laugh.
Remember those old shoes you get tippy toe on?
Yeah.
You walk around with your on your toes.
Called high heels.
No, on your toes.
Talking about the basketball
The
ones.
basketball ones supposed to
basketball
jump.
ones.
You remember those, Jesse?
Oh, where you work your calf.
Yeah, you had the big square
in the front. Your heel never touched the ground.
And it actually did nothing for your vertical.
Did nothing.
Nothing. It's not even like... The crazy part about it is nothing about jumping comes from your calves. They fooled us. It doesn't come from your calves. It doesn't.
It's quads, I guess.
It's glutes, it's hammies, it's quads. That's where the explosion comes from. It don't come from your calves.
Shannon had all those shoes.
Yeah.
No. I corrected you.
Okay, Kurt. The fans want to know.
Yeah, well, do they? They've already found out, I think.
They did.
So, yeah, okay. So, one, why was Lupke such a lock that he didn't even play in any preseason games? If you really wanted a fullback, did he do that much last year to not warrant at least bringing somebody in to challenge him? And two, they've also had him playing some tight end, some H-back, that kind of thing. Why keep 4 tight ends if you're considering Lupke for that same role. So you essentially have Ferguson and then 4 guys that can kind of maybe do the same thing.
And the one that you did get rid of got scooped up before the paperwork even got filed, basically.
They traded
right?
Hendershot.
Traded, sorry.
Yeah. They traded him. They kept.
Which kind of surprised me because I thought they liked him a lot.
Well, he's been so banged up.
Yeah.
And he's injured again, I think. So it just time for a new location, I guess. But I don't know, man. Are they just trying to save this, span forward kid and Stevens? I mean, I don't totally get
it's who Mike McCarthy is.
Yeah.
Like, he's always had a fullback. He's always had a fullback. He's always running offense with a fullback in mind.
But at the same time, he really didn't last year because, Lupke only had.
It was his first year. I think they'll use him more. It's going to be packages. I mean, we talked about it last night, Jess. With all these running backs and tight ends, I just want to see what Coach going to do with them. I mean, I'm with you. But Hunter always went in, especially early in training camp. Whenever Dak ran out there on third downs or long ball situations, he ran out there with him.
Oh, he did.
Now I know that'll be Zeke half of the time, but maybe the other half it'll be Lemke. I mean, they're going to use him. He blocked a little better in training camp, much better than he did last year. So we'll see.
But, guys, I mentioned this a few weeks ago. Like, we don't talk much about it, and we don't – it's not a sexy part of the world that we live in. It was a career for me. But the new kickoff and kickoff return rules, I need to have guys who could get off blocks and who can block in space. When Nate and I were in the league, it was legitimately it was a 4-man wall, right? And it was 4 Nate Newtons.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you could hold hands. They kicked the ball, they would hold hands, and they just would 1,000 pounds, 1,200 pounds would be coming.
Playing Red Rover. Come get him.
Right. And they
if you can.
And they were like this, and they had one thing in mind: total destruction. And then they said, okay, too many concussions, so now we're gonna go 2 by 2. Right? You had to be 2 yards in, 4 yards apart, or whatever it was, but it was still 4 Nate Newtons. Right? And then it was like this new. Now it's like when you're talking about being in close quarters, in open space, I don't want 4 Nate Newtons.
Right.
I need a Hunter Lipke who is big enough to sustain a block, but also has a lateral movement, agile enough. I need the Buddy Johnsons. I need those other Brevin Span forward and those other type of players. I need those guys are now more important to the roster because of the style of the kickoff. Yeah. Because if even on the kickoff cover team, you break through that first wall and you might hit your head on the goalpost. Yeah. So, and I know it was vanilla during the preseason.
Yeah, did you like it?
I did.
Yeah.
But when we get to the season, you're going to start seeing more in different type of variations of returns. If you don't like, and I'm not picking on Nate, but Nate's not going one way real fast, 5 yards, putting his foot in the ground and going back the opposite way. No. It's like, hold on now. I'm gonna go one way. I'm going that way.
Good luck stopping me.
Good luck stopping.
But I ain't coming back.
So when you talk about guys like that, I want you to keep in mind, yes, they play some parts in those offense and defensively, but also this new kickoff rule is key. So I know Foster was in there saying, if you want me to be any good at returning and covering the kicks, you got to give me some athletes. You got to give me some athletes that are, 250 plus pounds, 240 plus pounds, 230 plus pounds, because that's what we're going. So I look at guys like Hunter Lipke, and yes, he's a fullback, but also, my boy, you're going to be on that kickoff return team and being able to help us win some football games.
The thing about it is a 3-point game with a kickoff like that can make a big difference of you setting up and tying it or winning it. So,
That's going to be really interesting. We haven't talked a whole lot about the kickoff, but just the number of returns for big gains and then the rules where, you start at the 40 for certain things. Like, it's going to be very interesting late in games. Like you said, one, formations and how you're tricking that stuff up, and then two, like strategy late in the game. Like, hey, it might be worth doing this because of this, and there's a lot more, I guess, gamesmanship now around the kickoff. Like, I like it. It's just weird.
It's weird to see.
Yeah, and
it should bring more excitement.
And the nuances to it, like if you do this, then you start here and this, like all that's still trying to figure all that out.
Safe zone and kick it to the special zone, and it goes out to the 20, kick it into the other zone, now it's out to the 30.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think once you get used to it, though, it's going to be pretty cool deals. Before we go to break, Jesse, wanted to get your thoughts. CD supposedly added 15 pounds of muscle. Is that a good thing for a guy in his position and his body type? Is that a bad thing? Is that going to slow him down? Is that going to make him more durable?
We saw CD last night, and
he looked the same.
He says 15. It ain't 15. It may be 8, 10. But he looked. And some people when they heard it, they thought, off season got fat. Nah, he looked good.
He looked good, yeah.
But it's a lot to add 15 pounds to a receiver, and it's probably more like 8-ish.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It may feel like 15, but it's probably more like 8. But he looks good. He looks good. Looks fast. Looks explosive. He looked good. The visual picture of what we saw, what I saw last night, he looked good.
Now you just got to bump and grind a couple of weeks and.
So he can
explode.
He said he needed some bodies contacting him or something.
Bumping up
don't we all see that?
We all need a little bit of that. Especially when I got 38
$5.5
Chris Bean.
All right, let's take our last break. When we come back, Kurt has a game that he wants to play. I don't know if I want to
hanging out with brothers, huh?
Yes. It's going to be interesting. Are these concerns for you going into the season? Yes or no when we come back? The final segment of Hanging with the Boys.
Are you the 2024 Dallas Cowboys Fan of the Year? The Dallas Cowboys and Captain Morgan are celebrating extraordinary, inspiring, and original fans. Nominate yourself or the biggest Cowboys fan you know for a chance to be named the 2024 Fan of the Year and win prizes, including a trip to Super Bowl 59. Visit DallasCowboys.com/Fan of the Year. Go Cowboys!
How's Wingstop sound? Crispy, juicy, classic wings. Made to order, cooked to perfection. And sauced and tossed in those 11 soul-satisfying flavors. Paired with hand-cut seasoned fries, house-made honey mustard, blue cheese, or signature Wingstop ranch. And, of course, spicy Cajun fried corn. I think you've heard enough. Get your flavor delivered at Wingstop.com.
Fall is here, and that means football is back, bringing all the delicious game day foods with it. As you prep for all the big games, tailgates, and watch parties, let Yo Quiero be your one-stop destination for all things home gating. Yo Quiero's fresh, flavorful, ready-to-serve guacamole, made with real Hass avocados, will score taste bud touchdowns as you cheer on the Cowboys. Yo Quiero's wide range of mouth-watering and versatile products can be found in your local grocery store's produce or deli section. Grab some today.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
And they snap it to Prescott, who looks right. It's not there. He escapes left. He'll run for a first down.
Just like football, when it comes to crypto, it's important to have a team you can trust. With blockchain.com, I know I'm in good hands. Since 2011, they've been trusted by millions around the world to buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrency.
Prescott's going to run this himself. Run it up the middle, and he scores.
Whether you're new to crypto or an active trader, they've got you covered. What are you waiting for? Get started at blockchain.com.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back to the final segment of Hanging with the Boys, brought to you each and every day by Jigsaw, the official dating partner of the Dallas Cowboys. All right, talking a little football.
Nate, your man Josh Ball has been signed to the practice squad. So
there you go.
Now.
There you go, Nate.
That ain't for me. That's to make them feel good over there for guys they done drafted.
Is this his third year here or fourth year?
Fourth
year? Before we play our game, who was your camp MVP?
I
Dak
wasn't
and
out
Micah.
there, but yeah, I would say Micah. Sound like he just destroyed everything.
Yeah. Nate, do you have one?
Dak.
Dak and Micah,
That was
either
it.
one. Was there anyone that overachieved that you had either no expectations for, or just kind of jumped out like, okay, we gotta.
My overachiever faded out.
Yeah.
Tyrone Billy Johnson.
Started off strong.
I think Maris Lewifau.
Oh yeah.
He was a guy who,
Very highly touted coming in. Right?
well, no, like remember on the draft show, Chris, like that was a questionable pick. Everybody was
supposed
like,
to be a running
oh
back.
yeah.
everyone was like, that could have
That's
been a running
right.
back.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
are we doing? Nah. But he came on and you know he's put himself in a position where, however you want to run this particular defense, might have him in the starting role. Maybe not, but he's in that rotation.
But you, Kurt.
Yeah, I would throw Kalen Carson kind of into that same mix. I mean, he didn't expect his 6th round. Now he may be a starter. I think they expected good things from him, but I think he surpassed what they thought he might do.
And how do we feel about Carson being our starting cornerback? We good with that?
I could just go back and if I could paint the picture of the look in the eyes of Al Harris when he looked at me in the face and said, I got one. Like he made me believe. And maybe that's just a great characteristic that he has, that he could make you believe. But in that moment, I was like, damn, he got one.
But if you think about it, why wouldn't you believe him?
Right.
He had Diggs.
That's what I'm
he had-
saying.
He had Bland. and
like
he's
he
telling
gave
you.
me a look. He was like, I got another one.
By the
And I
way,
was like,
maybe the swaggiest coach in the league.
still in really good
And-
shape.
Dude, they showed him last night in that green, that tight, dry fit shirt. I was like,
It wasn't green, it was black. Okay.
it was green on TV, so y'all need to fix your color because it was.
It's tight.
Seafoam green.
Now he's not a big black man, but he's a black man.
He's a black man. Yeah.
So, you know, I was looking.
I know you were looking. I know you checked him out. Shout out to my girl Shells. I know you was checking him out too. Shells.
But yeah, I mean, I would believe him. That would be like them telling me, hey, we got us another really good offensive lineman in the first round of the draft. Okay, I'm going to believe you. So, all right, fellas, here's our game. This is Kurt's game. All right. These are some good questions. Are these concerns going into the season? Yes or no? Where do we want to start here? Let's just go with overall health of the team with the recent injuries and everything. Are you concerned with the health? Kurt, go ahead since this is your game.
Yes, I would be a little concerned. I mean, Bland is a big factor, and you had big plans for Williams. And so I think it's always kind of going to be in the back of your mind that a lot of teams' health makes or breaks them. So,
How about you, Nate?
How about the swing tackles? Is they going to run Matt out there, number 79 at the right tackle if something happened to steal, and they're going to run Awesome Riches at the left, or is they going to let him swing both of them? You know, so that health is a big concern. It's a big concern in the depth, and it ain't got nothing to do with health. It's just mental health, I guess. But what we're gonna do at that one technique on defense. So we'll see. I'm with you there. It's concerning because I think you got to take advantage of the waiver wire if it is a viable player out there for his tackle and corner.
What about you, Jess?
There is a lot of unknowns. And you think about going up against Cleveland, and right now Cleveland's favorite.
it was two,
Two
I
or
think.
two?
last
Are they
time.
really?
Yeah.
At home, I guess.
Yeah, you get 3 at home, right?
Yeah.
Let me get 3 at home. But I'm not saying that Cleveland is this world beater and a Super Bowl contender. I do look at that team, especially defensively, and I just saw how sound they are. And they have a big dog on that defense. And there's a lot of questions. There's a lot of potential on the Cowboys. Excuse me, but there is a lot of questions. We have the ifs, left tackle, center. We have those ifs. We ain't saying much about them. There's still an if at right tackle as well with Terrence Steele. Then defensively, Zim's scheme. Has he had enough time for it to gel? Have we figured out the problem up the middle? Will we be able to contain the guys on the outside? So that's my concern. My concern is that will the question marks, the ifs that we have on this roster overall, will it show itself early in the season in that first game against Cleveland?
All right, so that brings us to our next topic. Is the defense, the new defense with Zimmer, is that a concern point for you? Or
yes.
Yes?
For all the reasons I just named.
Kurt?
Yes, I do think that we need to see how they're going to how quickly can that defense gel under the little things.
Is it a concern or is it a point of interest?
No, it's a concern.
Okay.
I mean, can they afford to a 4-game preseason while the defense tries to figure things out?
Okay.
Yeah.
Concern?
And last year, I was we all right, but I don't think that happened this year. We got to wait and see here, man.
Here's an interesting one. Is this a concern? Your faith in Dak Prescott after playoff failure last year?
Man,
there's not a more mentally tough dude probably in the National Football League than Dak Prescott. I got zero worries that whatever happened last year is stuck in last year.
If he go ahead, Kurt.
How about his teammates? Do they have faith in him?
In him? Yeah.
I think that his teammates have more faith than people outside of that locker room.
Hopefully.
I think they're like, this is the guy.
Yeah.
Like, this is our guy.
You know how you my boy? You know how you my boy? And I ride with you?
There's about
That's how they feel.
60 other guys.
That's how they feel about him.
Boy.
That's how they feel about him.
Yeah. What do you think if he wins one? What does he have to do to break out of that? Because right now he's teetering on that every list. We love lists. We love, there's this new tiered list out that Kurt brought up the other day where he's in that tier 2, right? He's at the top of tier 2 and blah, blah, blah. What do you think gets him in that tier 1 conversation, that top 3 quarter? Does he have to win an NFC championship game? Does he have to get to it? Does he have to get to the Super Bowl? Like, what does he got to do to, like, because he's done everything else. You can't really ask much more of the guy than what he's done.
Who won the last 3 Super Bowls?
Chiefs. It was Chiefs.
Man, we should know
Tampa?
This,
Tampa, yeah. Brady.
Mm-hmm. That's the top 3. Stop. One of them retired. That's it. Even our guy with the Jets, he's got to come back and solidify himself.
Right, you got to do something.
So that's it. Now that and I'll make one other exception. That kid insists on daddy, Lord Jesus. Yeah.
But he can't stay healthy.
He can't stay healthy. Yeah.
All right.
And then there's Dak, and there's Lamar, and there's the kid in Buffalo. Those,
I'm gonna hate that I have to say this because they's gonna be like, "Oh, I told you." He got to get to the NFC Championship game. Yeah, he has to. Yeah. He has to
just to get it off of him, right?
That
to satisfy himself.
Quarterbacks, whether it's fair or unfair, they are solely judged on your ability to win in the critical and big moments. While football is the ultimate team sport, there is no other sport that is more team reliant than football. Baseball, I'm a one-man show. Shohei Ohtani can go and hit 67 home runs in one game. Basketball, LeBron James can go off for 47 points. Just keep feeding the rock, get the hell out the way. Bowling, tennis are individual sports. Soccer, one guy can go out there and outrun, and Lionel Messi can go for a goal. Football, it is the ultimate team sport, and no one is held to a higher standard on whether a team wins or loses than the quarterback. So for Dak, the only way he gets into that top tier, it starts with appearance in the NFC Championship game. It starts there. Like we're done with 12-5. We're done with winning the division. We're done with being first we're done. It starts
with getting there.
It starts with playing in the NFC Championship.
I agree with that. I agree with you. How about McCarthy being on the last year of his deal? Does that concern you going into the season?
Not me. Not me.
No?
Go ahead, Kurt.
Well, I do worry if they don't get off to a good start.
That's why he my boy.
it could snowball.
That's why he my boy.
They could lose faith.
The comments starting to
That's why he my boy. That's why he my boy.
Winning cures all ills.
Y'all gonna start finishing each other's sentences.
That's why he my boy.
Next week.
That's why he my boy. That's where I was going.
Snowball, NFC Championship game. This your coach. If I just don't understand. 17 games, right? 9 and 8. Going off of that schedule, we went lose 5 games, lose 7 games. We went through that for years and years with the last guy, and we kept this guy because we saw something. We had a goal. We all working together. 12-5, 12-5, 12-5. And had a bad year because you got 2 offensive linemen, 2 new offensive linemen, a shaky middle. Come on, man. Nah, you fire that man. Come on. Nah.
What about
That make no sense.
What about them having a tougher schedule this year?
It comes with winning.
Yeah.
Comes with winning, brother. Comes with winning.
That might be my biggest concern. I mean, they had the 30 easiest schedule last year. I think like 8 of their 12 wins were against the 3 worst teams.
Yeah, I was going to say the knock on them last year was you ain't beat anybody over 500 all year.
Yeah,
now you don't have to have a problem this year.
You got to face some dogs this year.
You think they're going to be dogs.
Yeah,
there's going to be some that every year there's some
Yeah.
dogs that you think, and dogs that are on the other side of that.
Right.
What about Zach Martin's age?
Got to stay healthy. If he's healthy, he'll be better than average. He will be better than average if he stay healthy. That's the key.
Who's been more consistent than that dude?
There's no drop off.
Like who's been more consistent than that dude? Like the only thing that's hampered him has been when he got hurt, right? Other than
Which
that,
isn't very often.
Which it isn't like the fact of the matter, and this is still a wild stat that still is brought up about Zach Martin, that he has more Pro Bowls than he has holding calls. That's crazy.
Knock on wood.
Yeah.
Don't you say it, Kurt. Don't you say nothing, Kurt.
Like that tells you all you need to know right there. He has in his career, he has more Pro Bowls, and he's 9 years in, 10 years in, at least 9. He has more Pro Bowl appearances than he has holding calls. And he plays every single snap. And the Cowboys are one of the offenses that average 67, 68, 70 plays a game.
He could in today's NFL, he could play another 5 years?
I don't know about 5.
Mm-mm.
I don't know
3?
about 5.
No, let's just get through this year. Let's just get through this year. Let's just get through
This
this
is
year.
11th year.
Oh, okay. I was going off of 9. So yeah.
Oh, yeah. 11th year, and he has more Pro Bowls than he has
That's wild.
holding penalties. That's sick.
Don't say it, Kurt. Do not let his names pass your lips. All right, fellas, we are out of time. Chris, we start on Tuesday? 1 o'clock?
Yes, sir.
Every day?
Monday's a holiday, yes?
Monday is a
Monday is a
Monday is
holiday.
Labor Day.
Yes,
so
it is.
Tomorrow,
Take Friday off, too.
Next week, all football,
Thanks,
all
Chris.
the time. We'll do predictions. We'll do all kind of
We
stuff.
got to do our later in that week. We'll do film.
Wins, loss.
Wins, losses. We'll do film
Yep.
with Wednesday, Thursday. That's back.
Yeah, let's do some new features. You want to come up with some new stuff?
Sure.
Yeah, like
Make our show
trying to
different.
show your kid the proper things to eat at a buffet.
That's fun.
Nate Newton.
Yeah,
It's at Nate Newton.
segment. This week is feet.
Yeah,
This
all
week in
feet picks can go to at Mr. Fourth and Long.
Thank you.
On what's your Instagram? You don't even you have it, but you do not have it anymore. It's gone again.
That's
That's his
Send it
feet
to him on
gram.
Twitter. Just DM him on Twitter.
Hit him at Jesse Feet Graham. Mr. Fourth and Long.
You know Jesse's DMs are always open.
Oh yeah. Yes, sir.
Catch me down at the trailer
Like the
park.
trailer
so-
park.
Yeah.
Good
catch me
seeing
down
you,
at the trailer
Jess.
parks.
Nate, good seeing you. Good job on the show last night, fellas.
My
Kurt,
boy Nate looked out
good
for me
seeing
last
you.
night. I gotta tell y'all this. This is how you tell true friendship. You wanna know what true friendship is?
Yes.
True friendship isn't like say stuff like
I would love to know what it's like to have a true friend.
we were about to
Let me
go
know
on
what
the-
let me know what that means.
we were about to go on the show and Nate goes, "Hey, when you get home tonight, trim that nose hair you got going in." I had a long white silver one that was protruding out the nose. I was like,
And he told you right before you went on the air.
yeah, but I
Cane's
tucked
over there going 5, 4. Hey,
I
check
tucked it away. I tucked it away, but I said, you know what? Appreciate that, Nate. Thank you, brother.
Appreciate
Thank you, man. I got the little
closer until we got that.
Yeah, I got the little thing in the car. I got the little, you know what I'm saying, little manscaped nose thing. But I was like, thanks, Nate. Yeah, I took care of it. Appreciate that, bro.
It's a true friend.
Yeah.
Chris, good to have you back. Thanks for keeping us on the air, Jazz. Thanks for keeping him company. What's your guy's name back there? Your sidekick?
You know what?
5'7.5".
I had a good conversation with Josh yesterday. Me and Josh, I came up here before we had to do our show.
Josh a good dude.
And we had a really good conversation, he and I, in the office. He learned about me, I learned about him. I kind of gave him a little, behind closed doors of things that happened in the National. We had a good, so shout out to Josh. We're not going to forget his name anymore.
Good. I like Josh. Josh, good dude.
The bald-headed guy in the back.
Yeah, I still ain't gonna say his name.
Yeah. Is he bald-headed?
He's a good dude.
Yeah, he bald-headed.
He always wears a hat, doesn't he?
He bald-headed.
He bald-headed? I looked him right in his face and I couldn't tell you if he was bald-headed or not. I'm terrible.
Well, you still tell me you don't ever wear hats on this show. And
I don't wear hats.
At least once a week. All right, we'll be back Tuesday, 1 o'clock, our same time for the season. Every day, starting next week, we'll be here. Come check us out.
Every weekday.
We out. We out.
Hanging with the boys.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!